Welcome to the Cincy Postcast. I'm Kevin Wallace, and before we get started with today's episode, I'm going to tell you about our great friends over at Streetside Brewery. You will find them over on the east side of Cincinnati, the Columbia-Tusculum area, where they are serving delicious beers, a huge variety, a wide selection. They also have non-beer options as well, liquor, wines, seltzers, they got it all. Okay. There's some good stuff happening there. In addition, live music, community events, and some incredible food being served out of the food trucks. Top it all off. The cherry on top, the incredible staff there have had nothing but great interactions with them. It is a fantastic local brewery. If you've not had the chance to check them out, you're doing yourself a disservice. You are missing out. It is a cool neighborhood. It is a cool spot to go have a drink, enjoy, the end of summer, the eventual rolling in of autumn. It's a great spot to be. So a huge thank you to Streetside for sponsoring this episode. Thank you for checking them out. And on today's episode, we're talking FC Cincinnati transfer window, the transfer news. There was a player rumor, believe it or not, earlier today. That rumor was alive and well and something that really got us going and thinking about things for all of 15 minutes before it was squashed. But while it existed, got us thinking, is this the kind of player we're interested in? Is this the profile we're looking for? Is this the position that actually makes sense? I'll give you a hint. Wasn't a center back. Part 2, we've got Patreon questions, including some questions about Pat Noonan, sure, but also a very interesting conversation about, is this all a simulation? We wrap it all up with the preview of the match against Nashville. Guarantees are made, predictions are made as well. Put it all together, put a little bow on it. You got yourselves a Cincy Postcast. Joining me to talk about all of that and more, I'm joined by two gentlemen who also got really excited that earlier today we might have gotten wind of a rumor. Joined by the Chief, joined by Grayson. Grayson, were you online to experience the full 15 minutes that FC Cincinnati had a transfer rumor?
I actually missed all of it.
No.
No. Yeah, I missed all of it. I got to experience it in you have 75,000 messages in the rumors channel on the Discord. And mainly it was mainly I was concerned mainly my focus ended up being accent mark discipline.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good point.
Very important with this latest rumor. Very, very important.
Because oh man, I almost said it. I almost said it.
Almost ended the podcast.
Well, there was another MLS. There was like a MLS U22 signing today that could have been confused with the non-accent mark version of this rumor.
Oh no. That's on them if they figure it out. They're a bad person.
Yeah.
It's like actually says any links to
what?
No, wrong team. Another MLS team.
Which outlet's reporting this?
I don't know about these sources we're checking here. We need to find better people here. We're in the wrong corner of the internet.
Says this newspaper's 90 years old. That's crazy.
Right.
Sorry, I thought we were looking at the VAR protocol. Turns out we're looking at different protocols.
Yeah. Happening on 4chan, the unfortunate app. Everything unfortunate happening on 4chan.
Big Protocols podcast, the postcast.
You're listening to Cincinnati Soccer Talk.
Disavow.
Oh my God. No, the rumor came and went that we might have been linked to a former LAFC winger / wingback / striker, which at first glance you think, my God, don't we have enough of those dudes? But then you think, well, depth there probably keeps Buka in the midfield. And that
one more
probably
couldn't help.
Yeah.
So it says
we're gonna call him Christian.
Yeah, Christian.
Yeah,
we're gonna call him Christian, so as not to get anything else confused.
Right? Yeah, no, we are going completely in the opposite direction. There's going to be no confusion here. If you don't know how to find the accent
name.
if you do not know how to find the accent mark on your keyboard, you must call him Christian. The original rumor, however, dropped earlier this afternoon as we were recording.
Just got a Brandon Vasquez jump scare on my screen over here.
It happens to the best of us. Cincinnati.
His hair looks great.
Yeah,
his hair looks fantastic. Unbelievable. He's loving making like $4 million a year as a DP.
Who wouldn't? Come on.
Yeah. No shade for sure.
Yeah. So the
his
rumor
neck
that
is
came down
from his
rumor
hair.
God damn it! I'm trying to talk about the rumor so people know what's going on here. Nobody cares about Brandon Vasquez.
I care about Brandon Vasquez. I care about
rumors. This is the only one we've had. You've got to let me have this.
I only care about Brandon Vasquez's NFT collection, but continue, Chief.
I hope he has an NFT collection. It's worth dozens and dozens of dollars now. Jeremio negotiates Christian Oliveira with MLS club. Jeremio is negotiating the permanent transfer of 24-year-old striker Christian Oliveira with FC Cincinnati from the United States. The Uruguayan is on loan to Bahia until December 2026 and is not in the Tricolor's plans for next season. Talks with the North American club have advanced in recent days. The information was published by Zero Hora, which I believe stands for 0 hour in Spanish.
Yes,
this was translated from Portuguese, so that would be very shocking if that was Spanish. Then, not less than 10 minutes later, from a different reporter in Portuguese, Cincinnati, USA approached Jeremio for now using his.
I think it's
nickname.
Gremio.
Whatever.
Gremio. Yeah, Gremio.
I've read this word by reading it. Kike Oliveira. Got to use the accent.
Yep.
Although the Tricolor is willing to negotiate, the attacker's staff, which I'm assuming is a mistranslation of his agent or
his team, whatever,
rules out a move to MLS. Quote, he will stay till the end of the year at Bahia and return to his club and define his futures as a person from the athlete's staff, because this player is on loan at another club.
That is like a classic threat that you make to the team that you're with to give on transfer fee so that the purchasing club can up the salary offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be clear, it doesn't mean I don't think this is happening, but like I'm going to wait out and define my future later is a classic thing players say.
Yeah.
And especially when they're not in the club's plans. It's like, I'll tell you when
I'll tell you what's in your plans. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a contract.
Now, I guess it's not impossible that things can change, right? Numbers can be increased and that can motivate various parties. But the fact that it was squashed pretty quickly, it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. At least let us live the lie for like an hour or two.
Right.
Yeah.
He was a pretty good player for LAFC. I think it would work.
I believe he scored on us.
Yeah.
A lot of players have scored on us this year.
I haven't checked, but when we were good and not this year.
It does. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we inquired, right? Like that feels like a thing.
I know this conversation is bleeding over from the other podcast. I just saw Toluca's head coach. He is an absurd looking human being.
Yeah, he's like making a chopped cheese on the sideline.
Yeah.
It's got he looks like someone illegal food cart going.
Yeah, he looks like the kind of guy that would tell you the boss doesn't like what you're saying, man.
He's got a lot of stuff going on. He's not just a soccer coach.
Yeah, there's a backstory with this man. Like this man is not like an NPC. This guy's a main character.
He runs a gym, but it's just like in the park on the monkey bars.
Where I was gonna say he runs a gym, but like he himself has never been to the gym. Like he owns it, he runs it, but like, you know, on paper.
No, he walks you to like the monkey bars in the gym. It just like tells you like some workouts to do while he's like sweating his ass off with his like button down open down to his navel.
Right.
Smoking a cigar.
Right. He takes the elevator down one floor to the locker room. And
his girlfriend is 23 and is the hottest woman you've ever seen in your entire life.
Yeah. But he doesn't like to talk about how they met.
No.
Kevin, does the FC signing a striker / winger, does that make any sense whatsoever?
I think it does, like I said, as a potential wingback, even if it's wingback depth, right? Like if it's enough to keep a healthy rotation of new player, Brian Ramirez, Ender Echenike, so that you're starting 2 and 1's able to sub into the game. I think it's enough to keep Buka out of that position, put him in the midfield, either next to Dotto or instead of Dotto, depending on how Obi is doing, potentially what else you're doing, to have Guidi there. I think it would ultimately be a good move. I mean, obviously the defense is my primary concern, so I'd like to see some movement there. But in the abstract, I could see value in getting a player, certainly of this profile, into the team.
If you haven't found, because as Matt Doyle says, every time he gets a chance, the team is gappy.
Yeah.
If you haven't found a center back that you really think is worth signing at whatever you can fit into the roster, one way to address the defense is to get Buka back in the midfield. Right? Yeah. Because he provides a bit more than Dotto does, right? Like Buka and Obi or Buka and Anunga is a bit more stout in the midfield than Dotto in that spot.
Yeah.
Defensively,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like Dotto is certainly real nice with it. With the ball. But he doesn't get and like Buka's not like the best defensive midfielder of all time, but if you have like an Obi next to him,
yeah,
and then Buka is like an 8 who's like participating in the offense and also defending, like he does give you more than Dotto there. It makes us a bit harder to play through in the midfield. That probably makes our center backs a bit better. So the move makes sense from like a domino effect standpoint. But like that's it would feel to me like a this season move, not like a future necessarily move, because you would think that like moving forward, like you got to sign more center backs after this season anyway, because Debe and Miazga both had a contract, and does bringing another TAM wingback tie your hands in future seasons on a season for the purposes of like trying to improve the roster at a position where you've already got a lot of guys on a season that maybe is already lost.
Yeah. I mean, it all depends too on, you're talking about, you should always be talking about this year. And I think that's part of the fan
for sure. I want to talk about this year.
Yeah, the fan frustration is punting on this year. Like, I'm not as concerned about what does the center back depth look like for the sprint season. I kind of don't care right now what that is. There's going to be guys available in the winter transfer window. You may feel more comfortable with a mostly full season of minutes on the first team with Andre Shirilla competing for a starting spot going into the sprint season. And then that changes the conversation. If you think Sammy Guidi is a long-term solution to live at center back through at least the tenure of his U22 deal with the team, that changes the conversation as well. I don't know. But like what I do know is just like something has to be done in this window. I think I saw online, they are the only team, we are the only team not to make an addition in the summer window. Like quite literally every other MLS team has come away with something that they have added in this window. And there has to be a move in. Like you cannot, with a straight face, come up empty handed at the end of this window and claim with any sort of authority that you did your absolute best to improve the team this year. It's just not true. If you don't get somebody.
It's tough because I think I'm aligned with you on this, where like I want the team. I mean, I want the team to be going for it all the time.
Yeah.
And with some of the players that the team has, Evander, Denke, I mean, frankly, Miles Robinson, like it's hard for me to justify carrying these players if you're not going for it.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, like I want the team to be going for it all the time. Like I don't want them to be shipping seasons for future windows or whatever. I understand that that's a thing that does happen to at least some teams,
Shouldn't be us.
I agree 100%. Like, but
well, here's an annoying thing. If we are shipping or punting this season, right? Shouldn't we be making some sales? Wouldn't you try to get some money for Dotto or Kenji?
Well,
wouldn't you be doing something?
We moved out Flores,
which would be a move for the future if you were gonna if you were punting the season, then you should be giving minutes to Shirilla. You should have been giving minutes to Gilberto Flores. You at that point you should be playing the kids, and you should be seeing what you got.
Okay, so in my view, when this team loans out U22s, they're done with them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably
we're never seeing Flores again.
There's no reason to move Gilberto Flores out in the summer unless you need his U22 slot or his senior roster slot for something.
Yeah.
Because who cares? Like he's not on like a ton of money. Like
and on loan doesn't solve that problem. You're still covering some of his wages.
At the very worst, he's reserve center back depth.
Yeah.
Right?
Healthy.
Like surely he's not like a toxic personality that you just have to get out of the locker room.
He seems so quiet. Like I
don't know.
Maybe he kept showing Alvis Powell that clip of him getting, absolutely curved by I Show Speed at the Kenwood Mall, and he's like, "You got to stop showing him that clip. You're ruining everybody's vibe."
Like I've heard nothing, and I've seen no evidence that like Flores is like, and I'm not accusing him of this, to be clear,
right?
That he's some kind of like toxic personality that you just have to send away, right? So he's like a guy who has helped the team at least a little bit here and there. Yeah. So why would you move him out unless you're making room to bring something in? Either at like because you need like GAM, or because you need the U22 slot, or you need like the senior slot, or you need the. Did he get a green card? I feel like he did.
Or did he like sit for the interview, right? Isn't the rule that you just have to be like in process?
I don't know. But it doesn't matter. The point is, I don't see any justification for moving out Gilberto Flores unless you are using something that he frees up to bring another player in.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, and I would assume that you would have something in mind. Because if you're just trying to open up resources to bring, like, in case something comes in, you would just buy out Hadebe, right?
Or
wait and then buy out Hadebe when the thing happens.
Yeah, have the loan sort of agreed to in principle if and when this happened. Like, it sounds like,
because I'm pretty sure Paraguay's window is like still open.
Yeah, and like his team loves him. Like, they were stoked to get him back. So like,
he was really good for them. He was like a very
he also made him $3 million. Like, we spent a lot of money on him.
And you get him back. So, that's the dream.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. I mean, I do think that I don't think this is the case, right? But if you look at it from like a narrative standpoint, the main rumor that has come out this window, I know you guys talked about it, was like the Austin interest in Albright, and Bogert saying like, oh, there was mutual interest, but Cincinnati was going to block it. If there's no movement, and there's also reporting that you had the opportunity that you were interested in to go move to another team with your buddy, the kind of fill in your own narrative, Adam Curtis kind of thing to do here is to say, oh, you were sitting on your thumbs waiting for your next job.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't think that's the case, because I think it's more complicated. I think there's more. I just think there's more moving pieces than that. I think Chris Albright is a competitive guy. I think he's a professional guy. And so I don't think that it's true that he was just like waiting on moves because he was going to go use them for Austin or whatever.
There's also other guys in the front office. Like,
yeah, but you do have to you
got to do something.
You do have to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it would be I think what Kevin's saying is, it's like, it would be a bad look on a lot of people if nothing happened. It wouldn't just be on Albright if nothing was going on. And not for nothing too. It's like, the second this deal doesn't go down, or he finds out this deal's not going down, then he's in the position now where the job that he wanted with his buddy has been filled. So he's now got to worry about, like, okay, like, if this goes pear-shaped, I got to show myself doing something, and coming into a window and coming out with nothing. Like, that's a mark on the resume I wouldn't want to answer in my next job interview, I don't think.
And like, if there was, there's always disagreements in any kind of like high level professional setting. Right. And there are a lot of egos in the back office and front office or whatever of this team. So I would be shocked if like Albright and ownership, Albright and Noonan and ownership didn't occasionally like get into it. Mm-hmm. But if ownership and Albright were like truly at odds, wouldn't ownership have just let Albright interview for Austin?
Yeah.
Right.
Kill two birds with one stone right there.
Like clearly nice. Clearly they were like, we'd rather he work here than somewhere else. And we'd rather he work here than somebody else work here.
I guess the ego hit, just to argue the point, maybe the ego hit is so hard to lose your GM to another MLS team.
Yeah, but like you can let him interview and like insist on compensation.
Yeah.
Which is what it sounds like Minnesota did with Austin. They just, their reporting, I think today, was that We let him interview. We didn't think there was a chance he was going to take it. Then all of a sudden we thought, well, there's no way Austin's going to pay us what we're asking. And they did both of these things.
Son of a gun.
Right.
So, yeah. Okay. The only question I think anyone cares about, gun to your head, is there a move that happens between now and the next time we record? I'll say that, not in the window, but the next time we record on Sunday, will the FC have made a move?
Ooh,
I think so.
Sunday? No.
I think so.
Do we go live?
There will at least be some solid kind of rumor. Like not the
Carter smoke gif.
Assume I said something very funny and also offensive right here.
Mm-hmm.
Not what we had today. Okay. there will be something from a solid source, whether it's like one of those South American guys or Tom Boger or somebody. There will be something Thursday or Friday. I can feel it.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I guarantee I would stake a lot of money on the prospect that the team will not have official announcement of anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
By Sunday. But I bet there's something.
Now see if they were smart, and I've said this all along.
They'd fake some stuff. Yes.
Well, not fake some
they would
stuff.
Leak it, if they were really smart, they would leak it to us.
Well, if they were really smart, they'd leak it to us. If they were not going to do anything, I think that should have already been leaked to someone already. Like if they were genuinely planning on not making an addition or were not confident in their ability to make an addition before the transfer window was over, Tom Bogert should have already gotten that story, or somebody should have gotten that story just to start doing damage control publicly on the idea of, we love our guys. We, think getting Matt Miazga healthy and Obi healthy is like bringing in two major transfers. We love the development of some of our young players. We don't want to bring someone in that's going to reduce and take minutes away from Andre Sharilla as the season goes along. There's shit you can say that like soft sells the idea that you're not going to do anything. I think that would already be out there if they weren't going to do anything. But by the same token, I also don't think that this is going to be a year where something gets done until like the very last minute. And like with this rumor about Oliveira, like if you look at what his transfer number is and like what he's being rumored like on Transfer Market, on FOTMob, and you sort of do the math, it does kind of feel a little bit like a Matt Miazga situation where they are weighting down the number to be something that the math works on for a TAM acquisition. I don't know. It just vibes feel very much like this is going to go right to the last minute before we get something solid.
I mean, I think he's a really good player.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be happy to have him. But if that's all they do this window, I'll be pretty bearish on the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Now, again, like we talked about why that kind of move would make sense. And I do think it would improve the team. I don't think it would improve the team enough to make me feel like our prospects of a trophy, which at this point, the only trophy that we could possibly win is MLS Cup.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel like they did enough, and whatever. But if nothing is done, boy, I think that you have you got like Albright's on like a pip.
We're checking in with our manager a little more than we used to
because he hasn't been he has like failed to perform. He would have failed to perform more than he's performed over the last like 3 seasons, I would say.
Yeah.
Especially in the places where the GM's like insights should really matter. I mean, like, is ownership willing to pay $12 million to get Evander? Okay. I don't know how much credit the GM gets for that. Is the ownership willing to break the MLS transfer record for a Belgian Golden Boot winner? I don't know how much credit the GM gets for that, right?
Yeah. I mean, he did sell Denke on this gig, and it does take a little bit of balls.
He gets some.
Yeah, it takes some balls to spend that much money on an interleague transfer in MLS. Like, I lit the dude up for that. Like, I know I'm an idiot, but that is eyebrow raising when you're spending that kind of money in league. You do gotta the dude does have to deliver, and you do have to buy what you're saying you're buying on that.
But for me, the kinds of moves that I would weigh more heavily on like GM performance are all these center backs that we've signed, the failure to bring back Arias and replacing him with Yedlin, the
getting a striker in the second round of the super draft. That's pretty cool.
The Jabari thing.
Yeah, Brian Ramirez and Ender.
All the money they spent on Brian Ramirez.
Brian Ramirez has been good, hitting on 2 starting players that are U22s.
Has Brian Ramirez been the best left back in the league?
No, does he need to be?
At his money, he probably does.
He's been a very good TAM player. I'm not gonna, and it's in his first season in the league too. He's challenging the Goss theorem on this. I don't know. I
like Brian Ramirez. I don't want to.
Damn straight, we like Brian Ramirez.
I don't want to denigrate Brian Ramirez on this.
Yeah, no, you're not going to get Brian Ramirez strays here.
But the point is, like, all of the like middle class kind of players that have been signed, and all the money that's been committed to the defense and the roster build. I mean, that stuff, I think, weighs more heavily in the Albright performance appraisal.
Yeah.
And, if they do nothing this window for whatever the reason is, I think there's a lot to say about how he's performed since 2023.
I think there's going to be a lot of explaining to do. And, I'm always open to hearing what the explanation is.
He's not going to do it. He's not going to explain anything.
I know. But like, I would think you would want to spin your story out there, and I'd be very curious to see what story gets spun, what's said. I think that's as revealing when you're telling your version of the story. I think that's as revealing as anything else.
Yeah. Every time he does damage control, I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Can I offer a hypothetical transfer to you guys in a hypothetical world, right? So I'm staying woke to the name Joe Scally. He fits the profile of a player that Albright and company have liked to bring in. He plays a position.
If they do,
yeah,
I may turn Albright out.
As in. Wait, hang on. I'm not sure
if they bring in Joe Scally,
you're okay with it, or you're really upset.
I'm pretty annoyed.
Oh, okay.
It feels like a move where you've learned nothing.
Yeah. Okay. So my hypothetical was going to be, in a world where Miles Robinson, let's say, is a max TAM player, you have an open DP spot. Would you make Joe Scally a DP just for the remainder of this season to make him not a DP going forward? Like, pay the $5 million to get him from Gladbach and then pay him whatever the max TAM salary is after that.
I mean, if you could bring a guy in as a DP just for the last couple of months and he's like TAM worthy the rest of his contract, like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think that Joe Scally comes to MLS on anything other than a massive overpay. And I'm not really interested in doing that again.
Yeah.
Just because we love having American national team players. Like, I just want to have a good team. Like, I just want to win some trophies. I don't care how many back of the roster overpaid U.S. national team players we have.
What if hear me out on this. Does it change your mind about the Miles DP deal? If they use the Miles DP deal to launder money and increase Miles' salary by $2 million and say, we need you to Venmo your buddy Joe Scally $2 million to have him play on a senior minimum roster deal.
What's annoying is this would work. We've discussed this little move. If you could go get both Scally and Gio Reyna, so they both play for the same team currently.
And they're best friends.
But if you offered $10, $20 million for Gio Reyna and they throw in Scally for free, so that technically his transfer fee is $0, but all of the transfer fee is on Gio. So you make him the DP and Scally.
Is Gio a U22? Is he U22 eligible or is he 23?
I think he is 23 now, right?
Because Scally's 23. I didn't look up Gio Reyna though.
Gio Reyna's not a DP for me.
Gio Reyna is 23 years old. He will turn 24 in November.
He's not a DP for me. He's not close to a DP for me.
But what I'm saying is,
like you
he doesn't play. He doesn't play enough. He can't play enough.
Would you do a DP for both of them? Though that's kind of the deal you're making here. Like, either one of them alone is probably not worth a DP, but is it worth it to get both?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like. I'll be honest. Like, I don't hyper rate Joe Scally.
Fair enough.
He's playing for Borussia Mönchengladbach,
especially in our team where like we're gonna like play him out of position as like a left center back or a left wing back.
Maybe that's what he needs to unlock his play. Maybe he needs the wingback conversion.
I guess
it's happened. It's happened before. Once,
you know who they
probably
should
never
get.
Again.
Guys, you know who they should just get. They should just get Anthony Robertson.
Yeah,
let him run up and down the left flank.
Make him a DP. He might actually be worth it.
He might be worth it. He's real nice with it.
I gotta correct myself, and I had forgotten about this. Gio Reyna currently plays for Strasbourg.
Yeah,
I'd forgotten.
I thought Gio had moved.
They're all in Germany. It's all the same thing. Single entity over there.
Strasbourg is famously in what country, Chief?
A couple of world wars fought about this.
Austria?
Kevin, you try.
I was going to say France.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Strasbourg is in France.
It sounds German though.
Salzburg is in Austria.
Salzburg, yes, that. Strasbourg.
I'm an American. I don't need to know this sort of thing. We fought wars to make sure I don't have to know this.
Is in the French League, yes, and very funny. Has its name. It spells its name twice in different versions of German when they were previously part of Germany.
Look, we've all got a West Side grandma. Okay, we've all gotten mixed messages growing up about like what is German territory, what are kind of appropriate actions, when lines were crossed. We've all gotten different messaging about that. But in 2026, Strasbourg is in France.
For now.
For now.
got their eyes on them still, always.
I had to figure out which one it was. They're in Alsace, if you remember flashbacks of high school history of Alsace and Lorraine.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. Yeah, that did trigger Euro memory right
This
there.
is why we have to be so aggressive on the use of the accent marks over the E.
Yes, I was about to say, it's been a wild transition going from there to here.
Let's do some Patreon questions.
Let's do that.
Let's get out of here. Let's do some Patreon questions in part 2 before we commit any crimes. Also sponsoring today's episode, our good friends over at E&L Roofing. Look, there's nothing worse than needing to figure out who to call about roof damage. Maybe something's gone wrong with the gutters. Maybe you need the siding relooked at. It's a tough spot to be. And I know what I would normally do. I'd ask around. I'd say, hey, who do you got? Who's your roofing guy, right? Like if you're anything like me, you like to have a guy. You need a roofing guy. I got you a roofing guy, okay? It's E&L Roofing. Go check them out. E&LRoofing.com. Give them a call. They've been doing this stuff since 2009, covering the entire greater Cincinnati area. They will hook you up. Chief can vouch for them. They actually genuinely did work on his house. He enjoyed it, and wouldn't you know it, that's how we even got this conversation rolling to get them to sponsor the podcast, so we can totally and completely vouch for them. Absolutely love them. I've recommended them to a few friends. They've enjoyed their work as well, okay? So you need a roofing guy, we got you a roofing guy, E&L Roofing. And hey, sweeten the pot a little bit. You mentioned the postcast. When you give them a call, you ask them to come out for the inspection, they'll knock off that price up to 20% off. It's win-win, okay? So give them a call. Go check them out. Link is in the description of this episode as well. elroofing.com. You're not going to be disappointed. Huge thank you to E&L Roofing for sponsoring this episode. All right, we are back. And in part 2 here, we're going to be doing some Patreon questions. Thank you once again to Poise and IV, both of you, for asking the Star Wars question last go around. We went so long in answering that question in so many different ways that we had to put a full 30 minutes up on Patreon by itself. So, folks, if you do not subscribe to the Patreon, you did get a sort of shortened version of our answer. But if you subscribe to the Patreon, you got basically half an episode just for your ears. In addition to subscribing to the Patreon, you get to ask us a question every month that we answer on the podcast. Also, with this, we have voicemails that people can leave us. We have a phone number you can dial. It's been so long since I have set up the voicemail inbox. I forget what I even said on there, but you can leave us a voicemail. Now, some of these voicemails are from earlier in the month. Some of them are from earlier this week. So we're going to run through. We have 4 of the voicemails here, and let's start with voicemail number 1.
What's up, guys? First Patreon question here. I don't know if you know about this new sport called disco foot, but what player or manager would be most likely to join a disco foot team, and why? And why do you think it's Nick Haglund? All right, guys. Thanks.
Ooh.
Seems like the question was answered. Let's move on.
Disco.
All right, hold on here. Yeah, I found it.
Oh, I've seen.
I don't want to know.
I'll just read you the headline from the failing New York Times. It's soccer, but set to disco, and may the best dancers win.
I've seen this. You have to dance and in rhythm while you play the sport. In all of your actions, the throw-ins, the kicks have to be timed and in some way choreographed.
This would be like regular soccer. Argentines and Brazilians would dominate.
Yeah, there's one thread on Reddit where the comment is just your average Serie A game.
Nice. I think Haglund would have certainly the most fun.
Haglund strikes me as the kind of guy that would do disco foot, but would do exclusively like dance moves that your father pulls at a wedding.
Ooh,
like a lot of lawnmower, a lot of shopping cart,
throwing
maybe
the
like
dice.
pull out the Saturday Night Fever, like John Travolta thing going on there. Hit the Charleston once or twice.
Elvis is the answer.
That is the answer.
The answer is probably Teenage Davy, actually.
I I accept that, but I'm sticking with Albus.
You know who would think they'd be really good at it, but would be terrible at it? Is Kevin Denke.
He just take his shirt off immediately. He would just take his shirt off immediately.
One dance. And that's the only thing he does.
Denke, not a good dancer.
No.
He's
doesn't
too
need
muscular.
to be, though. Not his thing.
When you're really fit, you think you're a good dancer. You're not a good dancer. But that's okay because you're really fit.
He doesn't need that. Like, he doesn't need that to do what he needs to do in his life. He does not need to be able to show off the dance moves in order to get where he wants to go.
Yep. He's in his bubble. He's in the John Hammond 30 Rock bubble.
Yeah. He also doesn't drink, I'm told. And I feel like in order to be good at disco foot, you've probably got to be able to do one or two before the round starts.
I bet Elvis Pal drinks.
Yeah. He hasn't been starting or playing all that much either. So.
Teenage Davey, he may like even be like Muslim or something. We don't even know.
Wait, everybody knows teenagers love to drink.
That's a good point. Next voicemail. Here we are.
We have to be living in a simulation. Are we living in a simulation?
No.
Yeah, can somebody turn the difficulty level down on the front office mode then, if that's the case?
No, and I actually think that the living in a simulation stuff was an advanced game for the whole AI stuff, where to convince at least some people that like the stakes of like continuing other people aren't that high.
Yeah, it's kind of like a cop-out in a weird sort of way that once you accept that we're living in a simulation, then it also means the consequences don't exist. Because, like, if you live in a simulation, then either the simulation gets terminated, in which case, you know, you cease to exist, or the simulation gets reset, in which case you just, you know, exist again the next time the simulation comes around. But either way, like you're not going to the pearly gates to be judged for anything that you do. You're just living in a simulation. So it's like a weird form of like modern hedonism or like ethical hedonism.
It certainly is part of a permission structure.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what that changes. Like
well, it fucks up it fucks up Pascal's wager because
okay. So,
yeah,
if you're a believer in a higher power, yes, obviously this is a problem.
But if you're not, there still is like finality.
And there's some hedging.
And it's very different to like end another simulation than it is to like end a like honest to God like organic life form.
Like, have you ever had this thought? Like, this is like an intrusive thought I have every so often. Like, I'll be walking down the street by there's a trash can. Like, I've just walked out of a restaurant. I'm finishing my to-go drink. And like, I throw the cup at the trash can and it misses.
All right.
Every so often, what motivates me to like go pick it up is like, man, like this is going to come back around at some point. Like, I'm going to get like in some other way, karma is real, or that like if I just litter, that's bad for just like the ledger and the tally mark of what's going on. It's completely irrational. Little things like that all the time, where it's like, you know, do you want to round up for charity? It's like, yeah, maybe this comes around at some point. Maybe that makes me a bad person.
I see what you're saying.
Vitally important that the world is real.
I think I see what you're saying, Chief, but think of it this way. Isn't it more likely that in a simulation, karma is hard coded?
Well, no, because you see no evidence of that most of the time.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah, my point is, it doesn't matter either way. Like
it does. Okay.
I just what is life if not a simulation? We could be wiped out with a gamma ray burst, and we'd have no forewarning, no notice ahead of time, and a brain aneurysm can pop. But there's nothing keeping this thing moving other than hopes and dreams, baby.
It matters.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Certainly we should act as if it's not a simulation.
I think that's ultimately where you always end up. It's the same with free will. You just sort of have to You gotta
Just live it.
pretend.
Yeah, it seems like it's the case.
I'm there on free will.
Okay.
Like I there's enough where it's like I don't know how to possibly separate like your hardwiring versus all of the various like environmental stimuli that you've had like hitting your hardwiring throughout your life,
Right.
versus like you exercising some kind of agency to choose
Right.
how you act and stuff. But like, I don't see any harm in assuming in your personal capacity that you do have some kind of free will and to try to like make like a good choice.
Yeah. Well, the entire concept of like criminal law really falls apart.
Also, yes. Also, society. Also, even if like free will was a fiction, I do think that we would have to assume it to make like the entire criminal justice regime palatable.
Right. Right.
Or you just decide that it's not free. You what you did was not a product of free will. Just like me deciding that you need to be locked up for doing that is also not free will. It's just how things are ordained and how things are ordered.
Sure, but like if it's just like these are just bad
I'm not high
ones
enough for this conversation.
No, but if the answer is like just like, oh well, these are just bad ones, there's no free will.
Right.
These are just the ones that like
they have a higher propensity to cause problems.
These are just the ones that like through no fault of their own and through no power to do otherwise cause problems. There's no reason not to just like lock them up forever. Well, right. Because there would be no like retributive justice or like rehabilitation or like anything. Right. It's just like these are bad ones. Oh, we've identified a bad one. They go away forever.
We do this literally with like diseases and viruses. Like
I'm fine with that.
Right. No, but it's like, this is smallpox. It can't get out. We should probably keep a vial just to study it in case something bad happens. But
and
it's going to live in this
somewhere
vault
in case we really want to.
Yeah.
You never know.
Blankets, they're coming back. Also, the surest sign that we're not living in a simulation is that killing those bad people does not give you experience points.
Yeah, now it just feels as bad as killing a regular person.
Yeah, I don't want to feel that again. Okay, next question.
Hey fellas, Postman here. Just finished listening to the episode after getting dumped out of the Leagues Cup. I agree that we shouldn't be firing Noonan now, mid-season, with the window open. But this team does have a history of losing more than winning in elimination matches. And so I'm wondering, my question this month is, if we are not lifting MLS Cup in December, is it time to finally ask the question of Noonan out? We've got a sprint season coming up. We can use it for a lot of things. I expect roster changes. I'm sure we all do. And that might include people on the bench. That's all I got. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Now, unfortunately for Postman, he submitted this on Saturday. I think we covered this very well the next day. I'll just say, I think the most likely scenario is, let's say this window doesn't go according to plan, and let's say a trophy isn't raised. I think you could see the argument for a change at general manager. And if and when you did that, that would necessarily start the clock on Noonan, because the general manager would want to bring in, presumably at some point, their own manager. There's a couple of situations where that wouldn't necessarily be the case. Ernst Tanner worked with Jim Curtin for a long time. Even though Curtin wasn't initially his pick, he did eventually fire him. Maybe if the GM comes from within Cincinnati, Kyle McCarthy seems to be highly regarded within the organization and around the league. I don't know how you justify firing the GM and then promoting from within like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it makes a lot of sense to do. It doesn't make a lot of sense to do any firing until two things have happened, or one main thing, and that's that the new rules are formalized and put in place. And the earliest that is going to happen is probably at the winter meeting that they have in December, right around the time MLS Cup gets played. And by that point, I think it's too late to make a GM change, which means I think you're riding everything out until the summer. And if you're riding it with Albright, I would say you probably, unless you are convinced that Albright's your guy and you're going to give him another coach, which might well be the answer here, because most general managers tend to get at least one firing of a head coach before they get got. So, I mean, if you're going to give Albright a second coach, yeah, maybe, but I don't know. Like this is complicated. I'm glad I don't have to make the decision. I do not think that as we sit right here, it makes any sense to fire Noonan.
Yeah.
And talk to me after the season's over. And if it goes horrendously, maybe I'll have a different opinion. But as I sit here right now, honestly, I kind of think this is one of Noonan's better coaching jobs this year. And I think that the roster is more of the issue.
Yeah, I am curious. So I know people bring this up, and I don't want to pick on Postman because I could very well be wrong, but my suspicion is every single team has a losing record in knockout games. Like, unless, with the possible exception of the Florida/Miami Marlins, it might be the only team. Like, you basically have to never make the playoffs unless you are winning the championship. And I mean across any sport. Like, obviously there are moments in time where teams go on dominant runs through multiple seasons, but like, do the Steelers have a winning record in knockout games in the NFL playoffs as a franchise? Surely not. Do the 49ers? Surely not. Like, you're going to lose more than you win just like by the way that the thing is structured. Does any college basketball team have a winning record in the NCAA tournament that has appeared in more than 3 tournaments? I doubt it. So I don't know. It's a point that comes up, and I think it's a silly one. I think everybody has a losing record. All right, final question here, or final voicemail, I should say. Here we are.
Redbeard here with my August question. I'm not going to tell you what inspired it. Just quick answer is chips. Just chips. An acceptable dinner. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are chips an acceptable dinner?
So I'm assuming that this means no dip, just chips.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Because if dips are involved, that's a hard yes. That's absolutely 100% yes.
I mean, once you've accepted dips, like nachos is a more than acceptable dinner.
Right.
Yeah.
Just chips.
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it. Bag of Doritos, like 6-pack of beer.
Not every day.
Worse. Not every day.
Not every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, one day you eat enough chips, probably can go to bed. Feel full. You're fine.
I guess it depends on like how you define dinner. Like, is dinner like a meal that you eat with people? Because then it's probably not.
No, like dinner is like you're sitting in your apartment or your house. Your wife or significant other is not there. You're playing, you're playing Call of Duty with the boys, or you're watching a movie. You bring out a bag of chips. You eat the bag of chips. You're like, I'm good for the night. I think that's perfectly acceptable. I think the hard part of making chips dinner is that in order to get as full as you need to on chips, you've got to make sure you never look at like the nutrition information and see how much you've just consumed in calories by.
I'm already with you there.
Yeah,
I've never looked at nutrition information in my entire life, except for diet soda.
Little fridge cigarette action.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I like that. What would be, if you had to make a meal chips. What chip are you going with? I'll give you an
Cool.
unlimited supply of it, but what chip
Cool
are you
Ranch,
going?
Cool Ranch Doritos. Going with the classic.
I like it. Grayson, you got a go-to chip?
I mean, my go-to chip is Grippo's barbecue, but
Doing that for a whole meal?
no, probably like a salt and vinegar.
That's a good choice too.
Ooh.
Good like tortilla chip, like a thick, good tortilla chip with some salt.
This Columbus player should be out of the game.
Why? For being a Columbus player?
He hit a Club America player in the face.
Can't do that.
Like
Well,
if that was an FC Cincinnati player, he'd be gone.
For
There's no
multiple
doubt in my
games.
mind.
We've seen that before.
Jesus. Okay. Anyway,
Pizza Pringles for me, in case anybody was wondering.
No, that's a good choice.
Although legally, I don't know if they get to be called a chip. I forget how that worked. Also, just throwing it out there, if you're British, then I feel like chips are
is a
fries.
dinner.
Yeah. So like,
so like poutine is on the table now.
poutine or
Yeah,
mushy
chips
peas
and-
on top.
yeah.
Sure, why not?
Chips and gravy.
All right. Well, that'll do it for the Patreon questions. Thank you to everybody who left a voicemail. Love the voicemails. We'll knock out the rest of them next go round. Meanwhile, there is a game, and a pretty big one, coming up that week. This weekend. That weekend? Why did I say that weekend? Let's talk about it. We'll get you out of here. All right, we are back, and so is FC Cincinnati. You've heard of them. You probably like them. They go on the road to face Nashville, the number one team in the East, team that is running away with the. Oh my God, I've got the hiccups. The Supporter Shield race as well. They are 9 points clear of the Vancouver Whitecaps. They are 10 points clear of Inter Miami in third place in the Supporter Shield, second in the East. Anybody picking the field for the Supporter Shield over
No.
Nashville?
No.
Yeah.
No,
I think Nashville's got it.
they don't have a noticeable flaw, and they're playing really good soccer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see it. If that happened, that would be, I think that would be a major story for how big of a collapse that would be if they don't manage to do this.
Did you guys see the clip? And of course, MLS doesn't promote the league very well, so they didn't make a big deal of this. I thought it was awesome. BJ Callahan, there's like a minute left in the game, or it's the very end of the game.
Oh yeah, I saw
He
that.
yells at Andy Nahar, essentially, Andy, I need everything you got for 2 minutes. Just give me everything you got for 2 minutes. And Nahar, 10 seconds later, goes and scores the game winner.
You know what?
I just wish
hey,
Nuno
go
would just
play-
say
go-
that to everybody all
Go
the time.
play hard. Go play hard. And he wouldn't even played hard. Like, how hard is this?
Right, yeah.
It's stunning. You don't say this more often. I just
Yeah,
need
it's like
everything you
kids-
got for 98 minutes.
Right, it's like,
I've never heard Noonan say that to anybody.
maybe the problem with the Reds is that, like, before everybody goes up the bat, that the manager isn't saying, hey, hit a home run on this one. Will you do that for me?
Yeah,
Just
Terry
one time. Terry
Francona.
Francona, hey, kid, Sal Stewart, I need you to go 5 for 5 with 5 home runs tonight. Can you do that for me tonight? I need everything you've got for this at bat.
I hate to say this, but the crew number 10 looks really good.
Shit.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Chief, I think
No,
the
he
problem is Terry Francona goes, hey, man, whatever you do, it's fine. Your contract, fully guaranteed.
Yeah. Well, get it out of your system now, because you're not playing baseball next year. There's something weird about a grown man that goes by BJ, too, that I feel like gets not talked about enough. Like, you don't have to.
But he's like he's given like major football coach energy. So
Sure. But like, it's also, you can just go by Richard. Like, it's cool, man. Like,
yeah, but it's like a power move by making everybody else say it.
say BJ around you. Yeah. I don't know. Not for me.
So I think I said this in the last episode. I'm willing I'm willing to do it right now. I guarantee you FC Cincinnati wins this game. FC Cincinnati is winning this game because there's no stakes in this game. They're not expected to win this game. They're absolutely the underdogs. The reinforcements aren't coming. The season is lost. They couldn't beat the Tacoma Defiance last week. So this is where they will win 3-1. They will look so good doing it. And then they will lose to DC United at home. And it'll be hilarious.
They will tell Evander prior to this game, we're telling only you this. The reason why we haven't made any moves, that's right. We've been spending all our time putting the Neymar deal across the line. You're going to play with the legend Neymar. But he told us he needs you to score 3 goals in this game if he wants the deal to happen. If the deal happens, like, I will only sign if I see Evander with a hat trick against the #1 team on the table, and then only then will I commit to FC Cincinnati. So it's all riding on you, Evander. You want to play with the Brazilian legend? You want to play with your countrymen? Go out there and get the job done. Bring the deal across the line. They'll get like some AI video. It's like, hey, Evander, looking forward to playing with you. Let's see those 3 goals tonight.
Club America's goalie looks like a middle-aged chemistry teacher.
He might be. They don't take Leagues Cup that hard.
Chemistry is a tough subject. You got to be able to do a lot of like if you can organize organize a lab with high school kids, you can probably organize a wall.
I'm not denigrating chemistry teachers. I'm just saying, like, he doesn't look like a professional athlete to me.
It's kind of rude to the goalkeepers union that you say he really doesn't look like a professional athlete. They just did a close up on him. Never mind. I take it back.
Dude, he looks awful.
all the Liga MX goalkeepers look like that. The guy that was goalkeeping for from Monterey earlier in the tournament, he looked like they found him in a bus depot. Like,
oh my God.
Oh man. Yeah, how's Columbus looking though? Is Columbus going to win this?
They've had a couple good chances here, but they're still down right now.
Are they losing? Okay, good.
I agree with you, Kevin. It makes no sense that they're going to win, but I do have a take that I think that this FC Cincinnati team plays up to good competition and down to bad competition, which is part of the problem. If you think about the games we've looked the worst at since the midseason offseason, it's a bad Columbus team and a bad Seattle team. And so, yeah, I'm in on the take that they'll play better when, and then, Club America's manager also looks like he was like an evil defense attorney on Law and Order as well. Like the guy that's trying, it's like, I'll see you in court in 2 hours for this motion to suppress I just filed that you would never have to argue this quickly. Dun dun. Yeah, they'll win. The FC is going to win this game, and I don't know why, and I don't know what the score is going to be, but it's going to happen.
I think Nashville's going to win like 3-1.
Oh, who started at center back?
Nobody. Not playing with center backs.
That's the spirit.
We're going wing back. We're going wing backs all the way down.
So Alvis Powell is playing here.
We're going Alvis Powell. We're going Kyle Smith. We're going Ender. We're going Brian Ramirez.
You got Sammy Yee on there, and you actually do have 3 center backs on the field.
We're going Ayu Blajar.
Yep. Christian Fletcher. Can we put him there? Can we put Kenji at wing back again?
We're going Kenji and Boma Dem. But a 6-man back line, all wing backs.
Pavel Buka also gets to be in this back
7-man back line, all wing backs. Nashville won't know what hit them as they score 5, 6, 7 goals.
What is hitting us? We keep scoring.
Because nothing is hitting us. We seem to be the only people doing the hitting. That's a nice ball right there.
Let's
and that should be a goal.
Let's go.
Leagues Cup, the Magic. We've yapped long enough. Fuck Columbus.
the Cincy Postcast is a production of The Post Cincy. You can check us out online at thepostcincy.com. You can also follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky, Facebook, and Instagram. Twitter and Blue Sky, though, you'll find we're a little more active than the other places. We're also on YouTube, where you can listen to this episode if you aren't listening to it already. We are also putting up video content semi-regularly, including the Away Days series. We want to give a huge thank you to Jim Trace and the Makers for providing the music for this episode. They're a lovely band, and you can find more information out about them in the description of this episode. And if you happen to enjoy what you just heard, can I please ask that you like us, that you rate us on whatever app you're listening to, and maybe more importantly than all of that, share this episode with a friend. When it comes up at work, you're talking about FC Cincinnati, I say, hey, I listened to an FC Cincinnati podcast. I think you guys will like it. It would really, really help us out. Nothing helps a podcast travel more than a good recommendation from a friend, family member. That would be awesome. When it comes to the sorting algorithms that control our lives, a 5-star review would be much appreciated. Also, leaving a sort of written review weirdly does more than that. That's how the algorithms work. So maybe say a nice or a mean thing, whatever. Just as long as you give us 5 stars, that'll really, really, really help us out. And if you are looking for more MLS content, check out our other podcast, The World's Gam. Again, a link will be in the description of this episode. That is where we touch on league-wide storylines and news, and we talk about other games and a couple other teams in there as well. I think you will enjoy it if you are just dipping your toes into Major League Soccer. A huge thank you to all of our sponsors. A even bigger thank you to all of our patrons over at Patreon. But maybe most importantly, thank you for listening to this episode.